Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. And real quick before we get started, as always, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and support to me as always. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. And if you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, the loyalty crown badges, if you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help, so thank you guys so much. And for today's video, I'm sorry about my slight absence. Hopefully you didn't miss me too much because I actually pre-recorded that polling video just to have it up ready for Friday so I wouldn't be too gone on YouTube. But I did have like a day to go see my girlfriend and stuff. Family's really important, and I know right now I'm in university, so just trying to do a lot to juggle relationships and stuff. But still, I'm back and we got to talk about Velvet. But before we get to that, one thing I just want to give a slight promo and shout out for. I'm not being paid or anything, but Nikke has such a great community. One thing that I want to also just mention is that there are unions, and we just finished up a union raid, so there's going to be a slight delay. But if you are looking for a new home, a new union, I just want to give a massive shout out to Police Raid. If you want to join them, this is going to be the link right here on screen. Now, I'm not going to embed it or link it anywhere just in case there's bots or anything, but if you really want to, make sure you type this code out, join them. They seem great, so if you want a new home, there you go. Just want to give a massive shout out because the community is really important, and they seem great, so why not shout them out? All right, let's get this off my face. Let's get this off my face because we got to do some important talking here. Velvet's out. We know the collab's coming up. We got to give our final thoughts, talk about testing, investment, whether you should pull. Everything's going to be down there with the timestamps, so you go where you want to go, but let's get started. Now, first things first, let's talk about the timing here, because this is really important. But honestly, it's kind of funny because even though she is a standard character, a lot of people are pulling for her because they really like her. But honestly, I've been kind of surprised with her results when it came to testing. She seems great, actually, and really nice too because she looks phenomenal, so I'm glad this isn't a case of Sora. But still, there is a few debacles that we do need to talk about, and that is the upcoming collab. Now, collabs are a different thing because they are limiteds, but at the same time, Nikke with collabs are really a hit or miss. I feel like the two collabs that pretty much everyone can agree that are really great, just because they worked so seamlessly together, was the Nier collab and also Shift Up's IP with Stellar Blade. Really worked out great. And other than that, collabs have been kind of a hit or miss. We had Chainsaw Man, we've had ReZero, then we've had Ava Part 1 and Part 2. We might be getting a Part 3, you never know, man. We could go all the way to 7 at this point, who knows? But still, we are getting an upcoming collab. It's starting to point to Recoil, so it might be that. We have to see. But I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on that. Like, are you lukewarm? Are you excited? Are you not? I never watched it at all, so I'm just kind of going in just, hey, if the characters look great, it's alright, but it's a collab, so I doubt there's going to be much fan service. Especially, like, you know how I was with, like, Resident Evil and stuff. Like, the Jill skin looked really great, but really, other than that, it was pretty lukewarm. The stories are also always just kind of iffy for me, but I'm just yapping. So, there is a lot going on right now, so I can completely understand if you don't want to pull for Velvet. Now, that being said, if you love her looks, hey, go for it, man. If you're interested in someone new for the tower, for Tetra, hey, you might want to look forward to the testing results, because she is great. Now, let's talk about the waifu aspect, because, honestly, for a while now after Brady, I think she looks phenomenal. I think she looks fantastic, even in her maid form. She looks so good. They did a lot of great things with her. The story, fantastic. Her personality and how direct she is with the commander, pretty damn nice, not gonna lie. She looks great. Great shooting pose too, by the way. You still get a good look at the assets. Great legs. And I know the pose can be basic, but hey, man, get some good jiggle. You get a lot more jiggle too when she bursts. So, not bad at all with the MG. And hey, man, really busty chibi, not gonna lie. Probably one of the best looking chibis that we've had. But I know there is a bit of, like, some resentment with her because of the debacle with her story skin being the default, and now it's a skin pass. So, it is what it is. I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I just haven't had time since, once again, I just kind of came back. So everything's been kind of hectic. But both look fantastic. There's not much of a difference, but hey, man, you get more skin. I'm looking forward to it. Looks really, really good, not gonna lie. Looks fantastic, so might be grabbing this pretty ASAP, not gonna lie. But what about investment with her? So there are a few ways that you can try to invest in her. Obviously, I kind of went all in after getting shafted. So she is only bond level 10. She does have a maxed out SR level 15 doll. Now, that might be a mistake because we have a bunch of treasures coming up, so I shouldn't be simping with my materials, but I might just have to do some solo raid like museum runs. We'll see. But I do have her OL level 5. Now, if you want her just to be like a support, you really only need to worry about max ammo because of her skills when it comes down to the ammo effects that she has here. So you might want to keep this up. But if you do want her to be a sort of sub DPS, then when it comes to equipment, obviously you probably want to go with attack, elemental, but also make sure you get that max ammo as well. I got some really nice lines on her, and I invested like about 50 rocks, so I can't complain about what I got. I think I got like 3 elemental, 3 attack, so I can't really complain. Really fantastic. Cube, I mean, I feel like I'm going to sound like a broken record every time we do this, but she is a slow girl, so resilience is definitely going to be key here. Really wish all these other cubes just got used more, or we were able to combine at least 2. I really wish, because man, it gets tiring talking about it sometimes. But still, let's talk about her skills. Now, realistically, the main skill that you need to worry about is her skill 2. Her skill 2 is where everything happens, and this happens with full charge during full burst. She doesn't have to be bursting for this, so that's really important. One of the main parts of her kit that make this so beautiful to work with her is this effect 3 right here. Affect all allies. Charge damage goes up 100.8% for 3 seconds. That's really good for upping the damage on a lot of characters, and since it's not charge speed, it doesn't mess with Liberalia or Scarlet Black Shadow, so we can see some really crazy stuff when we go to testing. But this, honestly, you could probably go like 4-7-4, or if you really like her, you could probably go like, man, even that's too much, but if you really love her, 7-10-7. I personally don't think it's worth it going for the burst skill or the skill 1. So really just keep your eyes on the skill 2, Bullets of Love. I think that's definitely going to be the main focus here. But when we do talk about testing, I broke this down by kind of using my own Tetra team just to see what we could expect for that. And then also testing some wind stuff and then trying to see how she would work as a main burst. Some interesting stuff, so let's get started with testing. So when it comes down to this first set, this team looks a little weird, but this is also the reality of what my Tetra Tower looks like, and for a lot of people is like the quote-unquote like meta Sniper Tower. And the reason why we call it Sniper Tower is literally because 4 out of 5 of the units are snipers here. We have Bunny Milk, Rouge, Alice, Aid, and then now we use Ludmilla, but she is a limited off burst. A lot of people use a different off burst if they don't have her, but still, this is like the typical team. And now, if we were to replace Winter Ludmilla here and use Velvet instead, I was worried because this was tested on Wind just to have like neutral base for the actual main DPS, but I was worried that it would kind of like change a little bit. But Velvet's damage is around 976 million, and that's pretty close to Winter Ludmilla at 955, so not too much of like a weird difference there when we're talking about these results. But you can clearly see here, everybody has gotten a boost from that skill 2 that she has. So now Bunny Milk going from practically 2 billion flat to 2.3 billion, Rouge going from 261 mil to 365, Alice going from 1.2 billion to 1.4 billion, even Aid Bunny going up a little bit from 460 mil to 585 mil. So not bad overall, and it really benefits the whole quote-unquote Sniper Tower team. So she works pretty seamlessly. So I definitely think that this is going to be my new in-slot for Tetra, just because this is my specific case of using her in Tetra Tower. So really, not bad overall. And obviously with the whole Wind meta team right now, a lot of people tend to do like an overkill when it comes to Kraken. I use this team for Kraken. Now this was just tested in the Union shooting range, and we're using Little Mermaid, Nayuta, Liberalio, SBS, and Crown. Now because Liberalio can really help SBS here, damage increase on them, they're all nuts, man. It's crazy. So they're doing great numbers, but now it gets a little bit interesting because when we swap Crown for off burst with Velvet, we see a good little damage boost here for Velvet. Obviously this is on Wind, so she's going to be trying to do her best, but still, for just being a support B2, that's not bad for the numbers, honestly. Little Mermaid's always broken at B1, alright? She's just stupid, so 3.3 billion, crazy. Nayuta though, because of what happens with her weapon change, she does get a little bit of an increase because of Velvet. So it's cool to see that. Liberalio too, even though she was crazy at 7.6 billion, now there is a change here from 7.6 billion to almost 8 billion. That's kind of crazy that change happened. So pretty cool to see. And then SBS going from 6.5 to 6.7. Really nice to see that there is still a great change. So I might be switching this team. I need to see how it works in Kraken, because the one time I used the shield for Crown, I kind of brute forced it the whole way because Nayuta's healing really helps. And then I take cover on the last shield right before I kill Kraken. So I really don't need the shields. So I'm really curious to see how that works. And then despite this, I did one final testing where I swapped Nayuta in Velvet's position just to see the difference, and the huge damage drop off is very noticeable. So Nayuta is definitely the one that you want to burst with, and then you still get a little bit of gain from having Velvet as off burst. I do think that's the way to go, but seeing Velvet here in these circumstances do 3 billion, that's really interesting. That's actually really cool. So she can do a good bit of damage on her own wind, you know, going against it. But if it's like neutral, I doubt there's gonna be much. Remember, she is a support, but still not bad for a little support hybrid like DPS kind of thing. So honestly, pretty happy overall. Glad it's not like a Sora thing. Let me know how you feel about Velvet, if you ended up pulling or not, if you're saving for the collab. What are your thoughts on the collab? Once again, let me know. But that is going to be it from me, so I hope you guys have a lovely day, lovely night wherever you're from. And as always, thank you so much for the constant support. Take care, and have a good one.